Hi there guys, so today we're gonna look at a little bit of a replay of a match I just played. Right now I'm playing Esper Familiars. Playing a list that recently went 4-0 in a daily. Not entirely sure by who it was, but I'll make sure to link it into the description. And give us 1 second, I'll bring the recording up. Okay, so here's game 1. We won the die roll. We start off with a decent hand. Swamp Island, Drifter, Oracle, Snap, Fairies. Not bad. Definitely could use any of the familiars. Things could easily go off. We had a turn 1 Ordain, which got us into an Aqueduct, which is great for us. Then they go turn 1 Cloudfin Raptor, which is a little odd considering I Muck maybe play them, sometimes Delver play them, I think. But here we draw into the island, and we just say let's just go ahead and get the Aqueduct out. They go ahead and play a bear, which is interesting. Seems a little bit more like Delver. And then do another bear, so it's sort of a little bit of a fast aggro start. I'd say the damage will go down to 18. Drawing a familiar was great. Definitely helps us get up there, so we decided to throw out a familiar and use Cloud of Fairies to accelerate us into a Oracle, I believe, yep. So we see Preordain Wilds. We decide to take the Ordain because we have the blue floating, and then we Ordain off that. We have Aqueduct Wall. Wall would be okay. Problem is we have no flicker yet. Now we kind of need to just draw into more shit. more gas. Plus the Karoo land is actually going to help us with our acceleration, can enable us to go off next turn. So on their turn, they play the Kevorkian Mist. So now it's the Illusions deck, which I've actually never played against before. So this is my first chance of playing against this Mist deck, or Illusions deck. So here we just block 1 bear with an Oracle, save ourselves 2 damage. They play a Bone Splitter, which is not fun for us to see, because it means they have 12 damage, so we could potentially survive for 1 more turn. But here we go, we draw a wall anyway, negating, you know, the one we put below before. But this turn, I believe, is when we decide to go for it. We float mana, play the Aqueduct and bounce the island. We play a Snap on the Fairies, accelerate ourselves into a lot more mana. Play the wall, getting back Preordain, Preordaining into another Snap, which we use on the Fairies again to accelerate us into more mana. Oh no, we don't. Or do we? Yeah, I'm pretty sure we did. Now we play the Drifter, draw some cards, use Fairies, draw ourselves into a 4C, which we use to then just draw us into the combo. See Graves, Nightscape, Fairies, Flicker, Nightscape, Familiar both go to the bottom. I believe those two both go to the top. Yep. And then we should just combo out at this point. Yep, here we go. Just start comboing. Drawing cards. Oh, we hit the stage already, and then we just start comboing his library out. And then eventually we do get the win here. play most of it out. No, of course, opponent can do that, no problem with that. Then he concedes finally when we almost mills the entire library out. Then we go on to game 2. Alright, so we're on game 2. I believe we sided out, we put in 2 spell pierces, 2 repeals, and a piracy charm, I believe. I think we took out the reaping, 2 researches, and maybe the foresee, and I think a seagate. Not entirely sure how correct that was, but that was the plan. This hand, too weak, too slow, can't even play the Sunscape, so we decided to go for a mulligan, and we get this, which is a lot more doable, at least as action. So of course our opponent plays first, goes to the Battlefield Raptor. We just go Wilds Pass. They preordain into another Raptor. We crack for Island, as in we're going preordain turn 2, which heads us into another preordain plus Island, I believe. But then we go play the Aqueduct, bounce the Island. Our opponent throws down the Morph creature, the one that they return to islands and draw 2 cards, I believe. Cloudfins get involved. There, I believe we Cloud of Fair. Oh no, we just played Compulsive Research. We just played an island, discarding 1 swamp, I believe. So we get ourselves into a Piracy Charm, a Wilds, and a Cloud of Fairies, I believe. Although our opponent starts to have us by the balls, the Phantasmal Bear of all both Raptors again. They morph the Fathom Seer, draw some cards, play a Preordain. Another bear, so we have the full aggro plan going on right now. Head us down to 13. We draw a Preordain, we fire that bad boy off. Believe we should bottom both of these, draw Compulsive, and we're not even close. Well, we're close to assembling the combo. The problem is that we only have infinite mana available right now. We have no way to draw cards, which is might have been a mistake to remove Seagate, as that's secondary to Muldrifter as a way to combo off and start drawing cards. And they play a Kevorkian Mist, which comes in as a 4/4 and evolves everything. And at this point, we basically know we're dead. There's pretty much no way to win. We Piracy Charm 1 Phantasmal Bear, but unless we draw the perfect cards here, we're not going to win. Which is pretty much what happens. We play a Familiar, play an Island, Fairies, I believe we Compulsive again, yep, hit a wall and a Spell Pierce. Would have been different if that was Wall plus Drifter, and we probably would have had the win at that point, but Spell Pierce isn't going to help us. We decided to try to set the Fairies, throw the spell at us, and just throw the Pierce anyway. There's no way you're going to win. And then, you can see there. I'm going to game 3. Alright, I'm back for game 3. I'm pretty sure we played the same sideboard this time around, which is nice, the Piracy Charm in turn 1. The hand's okay. Definitely not great by any stretch of the imagination, but I figure we have the turn 1 Piracy Charmer, turn 2, or whatever you want to call it. And we have a bounce land plus wild, so we can grab all of our colors, and we go from there. They play their turn 1 Cloudfin, we grab a swamp. Next turn we draw a repeal and fire off the Piracy. Hopefully keeps us off any early pressure. They go and play a Relic, which is interesting because I didn't even realize they could hit us on that front and stop us from comboing unless we have 2 Ghostlies. So we drew a Muldrifter and decided to play out the Chancery there to just accelerate us from the combo off. They keep using the Progenitus on us, and he plays out the Fathom Seer. So here we decide to go for a Muldrifter and evoke it just so we can get some cards out. And this is a really good draw for us. So we have fairies as a way to start stockpiling mana, and familiar to help us go off as soon as we can. Although we really have to worry about the relic, although that's why we're saving the repeal. For when we want to go off, we can try to repeal the relic and hopefully save ourselves from getting blown out. So he just does 2-2 beatdown right now. And then he decides to finally morph it. And then goes and plays the miss. Start putting more pressure. Or 2 miss. Excuse me. And then he activates the relic again. And then we draw a Mole Drifter, so, which is great for us because we can start comboing off now with Cloud and Ghostly Flicker. We can at least get about four card draws out of this, maybe 6 depending on which way we go. So we play the Plains, play out the Sunscape, then start going to town. We fairies, stockpile up some mana. Believe we play the Mole Drifter now. Yep. Draw ourselves into a familiar plus a wall, but now we have wall, so we literally have the combo. All we have to do now is make sure that we can amass enough mana to do this. So we fairies, repeal the fairy, play fairies again, flicker fairies plus Mole Drifter, which helps us draw some more cards in case, you know, hopefully we can hit a cloud or something, but we don't. But regardless, we have enough mana to literally just wall and flicker, just enough. 2 blue left, and this is where we combo out. Just flicker, fairies, wall, and then eventually land the Sage's Row and combo out. And there's the concede. So, pretty nice, pretty clean, relatively quick. Still 10 minutes on the clock. And when I say relatively, I mean very relatively. We can combo out with 15 minutes and 2 games left. I mean, after 3 games, or you can go all the way down to 3 minutes left playing this deck. Really all depends, but yes, that was the list. I think it's good. I like the one Reaping the Graves. Only comes into play sometimes. Sometimes we just don't draw it when we need it. Sometimes we draw it instead of that card, but overall, very fun. I love Repeal. It definitely could help us combo out easier, or it could just give a nice tempo approach to our opponent. Privacy Charm is also great against Delver and decks of that nature, or even Stompy, things like that. Or Elves. But yeah. Any constructive criticism is welcome. Anything I could have done in the games to play a little bit better, any play mistakes I had, or any sideboard suggestions or anything like that. Those are all helpful, and thank you guys for watching. See you guys later.